Of the storm that blew through the valley and, of course, south of us as well in Eloy, where a lot of the damage is seen this morning.
And it seems like every time we turn around, there's more damage. ABC 15's Brian McElhatton is live in Eloy. Brian, I've been following your Twitter feed all morning with more pictures, more damage, and I know now you're at a truck rental company, right?
Yeah, you know, you see those pictures and you see the pictures and you see the damage and you think that it's not going to get any worse. And then it does when you get around the corner. This is Volvo Rents. It's a construction rental company, and you can see the cleanup is going on right now. This was a complete building just yesterday, and now it is nothing but rubble. Let's see if we can take a shot from Air 15 hovering right above us right now to get the full scope of the damage that's here. The roof literally blown off the top by the winds. Inside, the inventory falling off the shelves, damage strewn about like toys, really. And then come over here, if you could take Brett's shot here on the ground. Look at this masonry. This was the exterior wall blown over and cracked like so much a Lego set. It is amazing what Mother Nature can do, and now this shop is in the midst of the middle of a cleanup. Let's see if Roger's around here. I don't see Roger, but we'll get someone else. Just a second here. This is the owner. You're in the middle of a big cleanup right now. Walk me through what happened.
Well, I wasn't here, but basically there were mechanics working in the shop, and we had a couple of people in the office. And, oh, here's Roger.
Here's Roger.
Roger, come here. Why don't you tell these guys what happened?
Roger's the manager. Roger was actually in here at the time this all happened. Roger, take me back to yesterday when the storm started to move through. What did you hear in here before it all went to heck?
Oh, I would say for about a half hour it was just raining really hard, and then it got worse and worse and worse. Then right when it started to calm down, everything kind of started moving the opposite direction. And I was standing in this doorway right here, and I had my wife and one of my other employees in here, and I saw the light fixtures start to shake and the roof swelled up. And I yelled at them to get in the office right away. And as soon as we shut the door, we heard 3 explosions, just boom, boom, boom. And that was it, man. You know,
quite frankly, you're all lucky to be alive.
We're darn lucky. As a matter of fact, as soon as we got in there, I counted to make sure all our people were there, and thank God Almighty, we're all okay. We can get through this.
That is the important thing, and that was going to be my next question to you. I see your inventory kind of strewn about here like toys. Are you going to be able to salvage anything here?
Absolutely. We're open for business right now.
Yeah. And your town is going to need you because there's a lot of damage around here that we've been looking at all day. Thank you so much. We'll let you get back to your cleanup, Roger. Thank you very much, and good luck to you. And before we leave you guys, I just want to show you another example of the power of these winds that we saw. Look up here, Brett. Look up here right above. You see that black line there? That was the roof line, okay? You want to know where that roof is now? Come right over here. This is the roof, blown right off the building and onto the side. But the unusual thing is the fire department that's right next door, not a scratch on that building. We're talking just a couple dozen yards. So the damage is extensive here, but right next door, you would never know anything happened. So that's going to be something that the weather folks will look at to try to determine exactly what happened here, what caused this extensive damage, guys.
Yeah, Brian, you were mentioning, you know, they're so lucky to be alive. As far as we know, you look at all of the damage, and it's just amazing, but we're not hearing of any reports of serious injuries, and it's just shocking when you take a look at what the storm did to such, huge, you'd think structurally sound buildings.
Exactly. That's the miraculous thing, that no one got hurt. And I was talking to people, they were watching the weather coverage as this storm moved in. So they were able to drop what they were doing outside, get into shelter, and they tracked that storm just as we did all afternoon yesterday. So that just goes to show you, when severe weather moves in, to watch that coverage and be prepared to seek shelter, because if something like this happens and you're in the right place, you'll be okay. Guys.
Brian, a question for you. As you drive around Eloy, is this one area that was hit with this, or does it seem like there's damage everywhere?
You know, it's sporadic around town, but if you drive down Main Street, which is actually right outside the front door here, this is Sunshine Boulevard, and you'll see damage at a number of buildings. You'll see brick facades that have just crumbled almost like a cake. And then there's also a couple of houses we know that have had roofs blown off. And then another interesting thing, the middle school here actually had to close today because they didn't have electricity. It wasn't so much the damage, and they did get some damage, but most of it was because the power was showers out, and they had to move several hundred children over to the high school so they could be fed, so they could stay indoors, and so they could at least get some learning done today. Certainly a learning experience for those children as they realize exactly what Mother Nature can do, guys.